Hey guys, Camfree 15, joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf, and we are finally back. Now I know we've been slacking on our anime episode reviews. We're gonna get them out as fast as we can because again, work has gotten in the way for me. And in terms of an update, sadly, my baseball team, we did go to the playoffs, but we got eliminated in two games, which means our season sadly is over. I will not be having a championship ring on my finger yet. Hopefully next year. But because of that, that means reviews will not be halted or delayed and late timing until sometime around late March, April and stuff like early April of next year. So that's the good thing, right? But anyways, we're here to talk about the newest anime movie that came out, and that is Demon Slayer in the Infinity Castle arc. And we ended up watching the first part, part one. The premiere came out tonight on September 12th. So we went to the movie theaters and saw it, and we had one hell of a freaking time. I definitely did enjoy it. It was just a great movie. And I just can't wait to talk about it. Now we're gonna talk about, well, we're gonna go into some non-spoiler stuff, but it's kind of hard to go into non-spoiler stuff when it comes to talking anime, especially movies, and things like that. So yeah, I'll do a quick rundown before we jump into spoilers, right? So, again, right now this is non-spoiler stuff. This is for people who have yet to see the movie and kind of want to get a little bit of a sneak peek before actually going to the movie theater. Now, personally, if you're a Demon Slayer fan, you should have signed up to go watch this movie, regardless. So yes, our movie theater was fairly packed. So there were a lot of Demon Slayer fans. Well, I saw a few people cosplayed as some Demon Slayer characters. I think Anime Impulse has said, you need to go to Anime Pasadena. Anyways, uh, this movie was great from beginning to end. Beginning to end. My interest in this movie was legitimately just amazing. There's great fights in this, if not what I would think this movie has probably the best fight in all of the entire series. And I don't know if anything in the next two movies um are definitely anything that we've gotten in the past will ever top it. Obviously when we get into the spoiler section, we'll talk about that fight and stuff like that. So you had your crazy high action moments. There were some comedic, funny moments here and there sprinkled there. Even though the movie is a very serious tone, you do get funny moments here and there throughout the movie to kind of ease the tension and stuff like that. Because you do kind of need some of that stuff. And then obviously you have very emotional moments. One at the beginning of the movie, and then obviously a very big emotional moment near the end of the movie. In the climax, like if you're getting my boy over here to basically start bawling his eyes out, that's when you know you hit something emotional with him.
I don't even remember the last time I bawled my eyes out for an anime or an anime movie. I don't remember. That backstory had a way. I did not expect that kind of story from that specific character.
Yeah. So yeah, the animation was obviously goated, but honestly, if you ask me, whether it's the anime or this movie, Demon Slayer animation is probably one of the best. But that's my thing. So the thing, I will say the only thing that I do not like about the Demon Slayer animation is just the community outlook on it. Because again, we've talked various other animes on the channel. I've talked about other various animes on the channel, and yes, Demon Slayer probably has some of the best animation. It's definitely in modern anime standards. It's definitely a top five animation style. But the thing I hate is, people always like to compare and contrast animation styles, and if it's not looking like Demon Slayer like animation, then it's like a trash anime from according to people and stuff like that. But that's my only thing. But the moments were great. The fights were great. You had some really good moments, some really good emotional moments that do pull on your heartstring, and things like that.
I'll
Um,
say.
and yeah, the music score is great. And yeah, now the thing about these movies is I believe they release every 2 years. So in 2027, that's when part two of the Infinity Castle arc is going to be coming. And then in 2029, that's when we're going to get the final part to close out the Demon Slayer series for the anime version, because I know the manga is already done. But you know, for anime only people, that's when you'll get your climax. Now, at first, I know I was legitimately kind of against doing the movie format because I'm like, why are we doing a movie format and we gotta wait this set amount of years to get each part of the movie? But after going into this movie, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I can wait 4 more years for the final part to see of this story because of how good this was. This movie was a 2 hour, 35-minute long movie. Ninja. It felt like we were in the movie theaters for 3 hours long.
Damn near, basically.
It felt like we were in the this movie showtime we saw was 5:15 our local time, Pacific Standard Time, and we didn't get out of the movie theater till around 8:30. It felt like
Granted, we still had to get through the
yeah, the
the
previews and
trailers.
the trailers. So if you take away the previews and the trailers, who knows? You know, maybe the movie goes to maybe 8 o'clock. I don't know. But it definitely did feel like a 3 hour movie. It's definitely one of the longer anime movies I've seen in movie
Mm.
theaters
It
that
does
I
it
can
do-
remember.
yeah, it does make you wonder how would they have handled it if they made it like just it's the
The
series.
Yeah, I definitely think if they did an anime version, it'd probably be split into two different parts, where you get
Yeah.
one season is the first half, and then the second half is the final part of the story.
Wouldn't there be three movies though? So it would be split into three parts.
Yeah, maybe they could have did it like how they doing with Doctor Stone, you know, three
Hmm.
different parts and stuff like that. But yeah, regardless, look, if they put as much of that content into a 2 hour and 35-minute long movie that felt like 3 hours, I think they made a good decision to do it because they put a lot into this movie, a lot, and you know it didn't feel rushed or anything. It felt all spaced out. They gave time to each and every individual fight we got, and yeah. But regardless, I think that's all we can say about non-spoiler stuff. I would definitely give this movie 100 out of 100. It's one of the best anime movies I've fucking seen in theaters. I don't, you know, it's definitely in my top 10 anime movies I've seen.
Just for the fact that they pulled on my heartstrings at the very end there. Well, not at the very very end, but near the end there. I Yeah, I agree with Cameron. Let's get into the spoiler stuff because I really want to talk about it.
Yeah, look, again, I don't know what's in store for the next two parts of the movie, but after seeing this movie, it only gets me hyped to see, okay, where is this gonna go? Where are these characters gonna go? Also, too, we did see the English dub version. We just prefer listening to the English dub of Demon Slayer as opposed to the sub version. So if you're wondering, what showtimes or what versions there is a sub and dub showtime viewing. So you might want to check your local theater to see when they're airing and clearly look at it because I know we went to a Regal Cinema movie theater and it broke it up by like, oh, this is the sub showing, this is the dub showing. But that's our thoughts. So we're gonna get into a spoiler section. If you have not seen the movie, please, for the love of God, click off the fucking video. Go to your movie, go watch this movie, come back, and then you can get our thoughts on the movie. Now, if you don't give a fuck, okay, that's your choice, not mine. I'm not gonna dictate to you. But go see this movie. I don't know why somebody would rather listen to spoilers and then go see the movie, but to each his own. So yes. All right, spoiler section officially. Now, one thing I am happy about is because this movie came out earlier in Japan a few months earlier. I think it came out in like July or August. Um, I'm just happy I did not get spoiled at all of any story point about this movie because I know how anime fans get. They will spoil shit once they see it. And I think there were actually people from America that actually went to Japan to go see this movie in Japan. So thank God my timeline wasn't blown up with Demon Slayer content. Probably because I don't really tweet about Demon Slayer like that. But knowing the anime community, they like to spoil shit. All right. So look, because we saw a movie, we're not gonna go word for word what happened down in the movie. Because look, like I wasn't taking. Let's be honest, we were not taking notes in this fucking movie. I
Yeah,
watched.
I mean, come on. We literally just got out of the movie theater at this point.
So
What
whatever
time?
I can remember on the top of my head, that's what
Oh,
you guys are gonna get.
bro, let me help you.
So obviously, we know that with the end of season four, Muzan showed up to take down the master, right, of the Demon Slayer Corps.
Yeah, which basically was led to a trap, and and which led to Muzan resorting to bringing the Demon Slayers together to basically wipe them out in one fell swoop. And did I just say sloop? I meant swoop. And yeah, they all find themselves now currently in the Infinity Castle.
And if you,
The,
excuse me, and if you remember, um, what's her name again?
huh?
What's her name again?
Who?
The girl that's kind of holding Muzan into place, the demon.
Miss Tamayo.
Yes. So if you remember from the end of season four, Miss Tamayo used this spell to hold Muzan into place, and right now he can't do anything. Like he's literally stuck in place. Now we see throughout the movie, um, he's basically in this cocoon-like state to where he's kind of rehealing himself at the same time also absorbing her, and she's doing the best she can to hold him off. And apparently, with what they said in the movie, this dude breaks out of this cocoon, Cancun, not Cancun, not the
Cocoon.
cocoon. It's like from the way, especially the way Muzan talked at the end of the movie, he sounds like he's gonna be on some demon shit, bro. He looks like he's gonna have a new form by whenever
I
he
mean,
releases, bro.
he's the demon of all demons, man.
I literally said it to this man. I'm like, what the fuck is going with this guy? Is this guy turning into Satan? Is he gonna have devil horns and shit like that now? Because that's what he looked like.
I mean, he's a demon.
Anyways, yeah, he's like, you can't hold me off. I'll eventually come out and you'll all die. Essentially, we know he did this as a trap to kill and get rid of all of the Demon Slayer core members because he wants to get Nezuko's ability to basically be able to be a demon but be out in the sun and do his shady shit in the sun, right?
Hmm.
Without getting burned up. Which we do see a Nezuko appearance. It's for maybe about like 2, 3 minutes. We see the Tengu, he gave her the shot to turn her back into a human, to revert her back from a demon to a human. It seems like she's having some inner battle or something going on. And I'm guessing it's just the serum trying to take advantage and trying to reverse the effects of her going into a demon. We'll see where that goes. I definitely feel like she's eventually going to get in. There's gonna be a plot twist in either the next movie or the third movie where she's gonna somehow be in the Infinity Castle. Now the question is, will she still have her demon abilities? We'll find out when the time comes. So yeah, but anyways, Tengu was talking about like, this is the final battle, yada yada yada. All right. So anyways, let's go back to the beginning of the movie. So obviously we get all that happening. We just get cuts at the start of the movie with all the Hashiras and all of our important characters basically damn near falling in the Infinity Castle. They're like, "What do we do? What do we do?" Right? Also, too, I also forgot to mention, you do have one of the Hashiras. You kind of get a little bit of something from season four where Guillaume was referring to the master. The master told him like, "Hey, this shit is going to happen. Muzan's going to come for me. I'm going to die. Look, you need to prepare everybody to be able to face this oncoming threat because if we don't come prepared, we're all going to die. Muzan's going to win and it's over." So you get kind of that rehashing a little bit of what you got in season 4 of how they were all training the Demon Slayer core members to prepare for this moment, yada yada yada. Anyways, they're all falling down, So right now we're split into a few teams. Right. Now Shinobu was all by herself. Then you have Guillaume and then Muchiro
Muichiro. Yeah, Muichiro.
together. Um Kanroji and then what's his name? Obani or Igoro, the snake, breathing guy, they're together. That whole dynamic was absolutely hilarious because you're like, grab my hand because we know he likes her. And then there was a funny moment in the movie where she's like, oh my God.
So cool.
Yeah. And because this dude is like, don't touch Kanroji. We already know he's very overprotective. You remember that one episode in season 4 when Tanjiro showed up at her place? He was very pissed off. He was like, I don't like you around my woman, even though she doesn't acknowledge me as her woman or
Mhm.
her man. So
As her woman. Oh my God, Cameron.
yes or no? I'm sorry. So you do get funny moments there. They don't do much in the movie outside of kill a few lower demons. If you're expecting to see anything that, especially Kanroji, do anything like she did in season 3, no. I probably expect those two to have a bigger role in part 2 of the movie.
Hmm.
And for my sake, they already took one waifu away from us in this movie. I swear to God,
Let's
they
not get. We should mention that to after we talk about that whole fight.
I know, but this is spoilers. Again,
Yeah,
warning.
it's spoilers anyway. So if you guys are already this far, then you should already know what to
You should already
expect.
know what happened, anyways. But if they take away Conroji, bro,
I'm actually gonna start ranting.
oh man, look, man. If there's one girl character that outside of Nezuko that could stay alive, it's gotta be Conroji, bro. I can only
What?
hope, but
I just have a bad feeling.
I can only hope. Then again,
You,
in season 3, she damn near was on the brink of death in that fight too.
uh,
And that's the one thing I wish I mentioned this in the spoiler review or in the non-spoiler portion. This movie, man, there's death flags for all these characters. Like any of these characters can go out. Like they legitimately can die. This is the type of arc where it's like, yeah, we don't really care. So you may be attached to these characters. No, we're going to kill this character.
yeah, yeah. It's a trend now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So the other Demon Slayer for this arc, he definitely clearly gave no Fs. He was like, this may be a fan favorite character, but I'm going to do the risky thing to show the threat of these upper level demons. So
And boy, did he could do a good job.
yes. So again, Kanroji and or Ibaro together. Zenitsu is all by himself, and you remember we even when went in and when he got transferred to the Infinity Castle, we saw him take this serious look of him. And
Yeah. We already saw he's no longer asleep. He's locked in. Whatever was in that letter, it made him get serious. And yeah, because he found out something and he's angry. Uh, we'll talk about that when we get to it. But
yes. Inosuke, he's all by himself. Again, just like with Kanroji, he doesn't do much of anything other than comedic gags.
for now, anyways.
Yeah, it's definitely hinting that he's gonna go up against probably somebody super strong. I hope it's not upper one. Maybe
Hmm.
I'm hoping it's upper 4, but we'll see.
I'm hoping it's upper two.
That yeah, maybe upper 2 as well. So that's the case right then and there. And then um um Tanjiro's with Giyu. And they're together, in which they have obviously their fight against Akusa dog. We'll get to that in a second.
Let's wait.
All right. Now, throughout the movie too, which is another thing, right? We get an interesting revelation in this movie. So the master actually had a son. We didn't know this.
I didn't. Yeah.
Now, if this was obviously explained in the previous season, look, we haven't seen all 3 seasons. We did not go back and watch from season one to season four before going to the movie. But it was revealed this dude had a son, right? He had a son, and
Hmm.
essentially the son's mission and his mission is him and I guess his other two siblings or these other two people that are working alongside him. They are literally throughout the movie, we see them drawing up manuscripts of the Infinity Castle and every single diagram. Now, if you remember, the crows, they're using the crows and they're seeing through the crows to draw each, every nook and cranny, a map to try to find Muzan. And the crows are trying to help them find Muzan. Now we find out because Muzan's in this like lock, he cannot stop the crows from trying to search for him. Now apparently once he's free, the crows can won't he can I guess nullify their ability to find them, right? And have this connection. So
Hmm.
we see throughout the movie they're drawing shit. Which one? I'm just like, bro, what the and you see them even putting it on the walls and everything of like this whole breakdown of this Infinity Castle. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. I would just be like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this no more.
Just the whole visualization of the of going through the Infinity Castle of seeing how big it is. Like
Dog, when you got to the end moment with Upper Four doing the bing, 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 and she starts expanding I'm just like,
even before that, just seeing how big it is in general.
oh yeah,
As we see, like everybody falling and the visuals as the camera just looks around the Infinity Castle was n nothing short of mind blowing.
I know, bro. Again, another reason why it makes sense why they probably did a movie because they're like, we can't do this shit in anime. But yeah, so they're doing that. You eventually get into the tail of the movie. One of the girls is she's starting to have like her doubts and she's starting to get a little frustrated. But the dude's like, hey, I understand, but you need to stay focused. We cannot lose focus here. We also do see it to where Rengoku's father and then what's his name?
Mm. Uzui
Tenjin.
Tengen? Uzui Tengen?
Tengen. They're there. Um, and basically they have a kind of side conversation, and apparently this is Rengoku's father's task to protect them. So I don't know if they're hinting at maybe some demons attacking them, but hey, listen, anything could happen. We could have a demon. It'd be crazy if it's another upper demon that goes to attack them, bro.
Yes. I mean, we literally see an upper six demon replace the upper rank demons that existed before. So
Yeah, so who do I know? We may actually see Tengen scrap again, albeit he's only got one arm.
I mean, I have a feeling that this battle might not even be in all in the Infinity Castle. They might just break out at some point, and yes, maybe that's when Uzui Tengen and Rengoku's father will start scrapping.
So yes. All right, so all the characters start to get their bearings, and we just have it where multiple characters are just fighting lower demons and stuff like that, right? You
Hmm.
do have Genya. We do see Genya. He's also on his own, and his brother's on his own. Now, Genya is trying to look for his brother. His brother is just like, I'm gonna kill all these damn demons for what they've done to the master, right? So
Hmm.
he's on a hunt. He's trying to look for Muzan to finish them all. Well, actually, he's looking for an upper rank demon. Genya's trying to find his brother. So that's the thing, right? Okay. So then this leads into the first fight of the movie, and that is Shinobu versus Doma, who is rank upper two. Now,
Yes.
going into this movie, I was telling
I
my boy, obviously off camera, multiple times, even before we went into movie theaters. I was saying this, like, telling this dude, like, weeks ago. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm seeing posters of Shinobu versus this guy and a lot of this fight in this promotional material. And I'm just like, I hope this don't happen, but they really giving me Shinobu death flags off of this movie.
I think I predicted it way before that also. If I mean, back in the day, you were like saying like I have a feeling that Gio's gonna die, and then I was like, uh, you might break my heart, but I have a mean feeling that a certain wife was gonna die.
And the thing about Shinobu is she had these death flags from the moment she was kind of introduced.
Yeah.
Especially when we kind of got her backstory about her older sister and everything. The fact that we rarely saw her fight, right? She was mostly doing like concoctions and stuff like that. And she only fought if she had to get involved in doing any fighting. But she always had like these death flags. And I'm just like, they want to kill her off. She's a really likable character, even though we haven't seen her do much. I know people probably simp crazy for Shinobu, even though, I guess the two fan favorite girls are her or Kanroji. But, I'm just like, they want to do that. She may also potentially be endgame for Tanjiro. Oh, this movie said, ha ha ha,
I
your predictions were right.
well, I never once thought of Shinobu and Tanjiro being an item. I always thought it would be Giyu and Shinobu.
I
So
guess you want to say that. So you have it. So one, Shinobu's in this part of the Infinity Castle where you have like this like ancient Chinese looking or Japanese looking structure, right? She walks in and she immediately is like, I smell blood. So she walks into this room, right? And I probably should turn off my ringer. She walks into this room and then she sees this demon eating human flesh. And I'm like, what are we about to get ourselves into now, bro?
yeah, we see this demon eating this pile of girls, and then he turns to Shinobu, going like, "Oh my, a girl!" So there's this meme going around about Doma compared to Akaza.
Hmm.
Akaza, I think we can both agree on this. He has not hurt a woman.
Yeah.
Doma, on the other hand, he only eats women. So what does that say about him?
Yeah. Anyways, because of this, Shinobu's looking at this guy and she's starting to get pissed off. This is when we get kind of a semi flashback for Shinobu when she ran into her older sister basically dying in her arms. And, her older sister was like, hey, I want you to live your life to the fullest. I want you to just be a regular girl. Just drop out of being a demon slayer, go live your life. But obviously, Shinobu at a younger age was like, no. Who did this to you? Who killed you? That's when her older sister said like it was an upper demon. He had, and she breaks down this breakdown of what Doma looks like, and that basically fits the exact thing that Doma that she mentioned. Now you get this very fucked up moment, bro. So this young girl's like, "Please save me, please save me," and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, yeah. This is when he goes like, I'll help you." And this is when Shinobu supposedly came in and saved her. And she goes, "Are you all right?" And this is when cuss started appearing on the girl's body, and she died.
Bro,
Which
that was the first shock. The moment you see that cut, we were both like, "Oh!"
I was like, look, I was like enraged. I was legit enraged.
And bro, his personality, I think it was Justin Briner that did the voice because it sounded like Justin Briner's voice because we're watching the dub, right? And Doma has his nonch like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's just if she was really scared and she felt pain, well, the only way to relieve that pain is to kill her." I'm just like, this dude's fucking crazy.
He's a child.
Um, and then obviously the dead giveaway that made it known for Shinobu, like, no, this is the demon that killed my sister, was the fans because her sister said like, no, his weapon was fans. So she is obviously pissed off by this, and she's like, "Do you know who you killed my sister?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? Your sister?"
Yeah,
And
and this
then
is
she's
when
like,
he
"You don't remember this, right?" And pointing to her butterfly, um, hairpin, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember her. She was really good, but I just had to kill her." And that just pisses Shinobu off to the point immediately. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and this one was like, wow, you're really fast.
So go ahead.
Yeah, and just when we see like Toxus enter him, but it apparently immediately disappears afterwards until Shinobu steps back and sheathes her blade and twists it to activate the toxins in him. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So then he starts like, and he's coughing out blood and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, this may have the poison may have a work. And she's like, okay, it's time to see if my poisons have effect on upper level demons. And it looks like it's working until he gets back up and he's like, that's right, I can nullify your poisons, right? And she's like, oh crap. But she doesn't stop her attacks. Shinobu is very fast with her attacks. We see in this fight, she's just going all over the place, and she's inflicting cuts and everything, and getting to poison the guy and inflicting these poisons on Doma. But the thing in this fight is Doma's body is absolutely neglecting the poison, and he's curing himself of the poison. And you see throughout the fight, he's like, "Well, what other poisons you got for me that I can't, nullify? I'd like to see giving me all you got." Also, at the same time, we kind of figure out, I guess, his ability is he's got like this ice ability, right? And when he waves his fan, he creates like this ice, you know, air that, from according to Shinobu, it's like making it hard to breathe to the point like it's damn near like choking her, right? So she's like, I gotta finish this and wrap this fight up fast. Now, also too, Doma's like, why are you just trying to poison me? Why don't you just go for my head? And she's like, and she's just trying to do the old fashioned, I'm gonna poison this guy, and maybe this way he's going to die instead of trying to cut. It's that now we find out later in the fight the reason why she doesn't really do that is because she has limitations. Not only her height, but obviously her wingspan is shorter too, right? Because she talks about this in the fight of like how she's not, as tall as her sister and our other Demon Slayer characters that we know, as well as she doesn't have the long arms like she does. And Doma picks up on that, saying like, "Oh, you don't have this, right?" And again, she's clashing and they're clashing. Their clash was crazy, man. Their clash was crazy. But he ends up getting on this crazy attack with his fans that cuts her. Like, it punctured her fucking lungs. It like cut her, messed up her ribs. Like, she had some injuries, like legitimately, probably would have died from. Like, legitimately died and bled out there. Like, she was badly, like, and she was in a bad shape. Like, she more than likely needed somebody to come and help her, right?
Mhm.
Now, this is when she starts to kind of like have these self-doubt moments of saying like, I
I'm
can't
too
do it.
weak. I'm too weak
I'm
and
too
I'm
weak.
injured. I can't get up. And this is when, she starts like, hearing her sister like get up. Hearing her sister say like get up. You're a husher, I remember. Do whatever it takes to win. And yeah, and this is when Shinobu slowly gets up and faces Doma again. This time she's switching up her style, and this is how she's, her movement starts going really, really fast, which is surprising Doma. And we see her a cold moment, like she's like face to face with Doma, like oh God, she was zooming all over the place, but and eventually stabbed him really deep and pinning him to the ceiling or something. And Yeah, she basically put her on the attack, and this is when she starts falling, and eventually that's when the inevitable starts happening.
So after she falls, and let's go over sword. It looked like she thought she had won the fight, but Doma actually did not win the fight. He's still alive. She
Yeah,
didn't cut his head off fully. She only injected him with another poison. He obviously heals from the poison. He puts down like these water-like tentacles, right? Not these water tentacles, these ice tentacles, or these ice vines. Picks her up and he grabs her and he starts hugging her. But he's giving her the type of hug where he's going to crush her to death. And he's like, "Wow, you were really strong, but you
it was
know,
not
you
enough.
you just weren't strong enough. But hey, listen, do me a favor. Just give me your last words that you want to tell me, right?"
Yeah, and this is her last words. Burn in hell, Doma.
Yeah. And he hears this. Now, we have it to where Kahano
Kano, yeah.
Kano shows up.
Canal.
Kanao shows up and she sees this moment and she sees her sister being held like this. And Shinobu kind of gives her an alert to say like, "Hey, back off. He's super strong. This ain't your level." And as she's doing this, you just hear the crunch. And as you just hear, and then you just see her head tilt like this, sword drawn. And this was the moment where I was me and my boy, we looked at each other and we were shocked.
By far, it was a very disturbing death for the girl Shinobu. It was not only feel the bone crushing, but the way he started absorbing her afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, if you thought maybe there's a way Shinobu could come back. No, no.
Nope.
He gets down to the ground and immediately he's like starts holding her tight and absorbing her into his body to the point where
Yeah,
she's fully absorbed.
And Kanao is seeing this. She's breathing heavily out of rage.
She's pissed. And then you kind of get as you're turning to Zenitsu with what his stuff is happening, he's talking about losing people close to you and how that can affect you and shit like that. And I'm just like, damn, man. And I'm just like, I turn to this dude. I'm like, we fucking called it, bro. We fucking called it.
We have 1 minute left, by the way.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna come back and talk about the Zenitsu fight and then get into what happens in that fight. So we'll be back real quick, guys. Okay. So the next fight we had coming up um is or well, Kano. It looks like she is going to be going up against Doma. Now, we cut to the end of the movie. She's not looking too good. She's got herself cut up and attacked, and obviously now she's kind of feeling the same thing like Shinobu felt. She's trying to avenge her sister's sad death, man. That again, dude, when she died, bro, that shit hit me, bro. That shit broke me, bro. I'm like, I
It
did
broke
not want to be 100% right with that prediction. But
it broke you like just like Doma broke her. Ouch. I'm sorry. That was too soon. Too
yeah,
soon.
too soon. Um, Look, man, the fight was great. The fight was great. It was a great fight. But, you know, I when that happened, and I'm just like, damn, they really took Shinobu out, bro. And I was hoping that maybe she could get her sister's body back. But when he absorbed her into him,
It was too late. It was
it,
too late, man.
I'm just like, fuck, bro. Fuck. So now even like Kano can't even properly lay her sister to rest now. Now so it shows you how sick this guy is. Um,
Hmm.
It looks like I don't know. My friend, my boy mentioned Inosuke maybe helping her out. I could see him showing up to help her out, because there's other characters right now that are out of commission unless it's hold on. I'm trying to find it. Unless it's Guillaume and Mushiro that comes in the nick of time to help her out. Um, we'll have to find out, but it's not looking good for her unless she has some sort of crazy awakening moment. I don't see how she can beat this guy.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty strong, but she still has a long way to go.
Yeah. But who knows? But I will say, I do hope, even if she does get the help, she does get the killing blow. Because then you
Yeah,
could say that ends off her character arc of not being timid and being strong and taking the courage of her older sister and then Shinobu on her shoulders and avenging both of them. Um, so we'll see where that goes. I bet you that's going to be a big fight in part two, more than likely. That's
yeah,
going to be a big fight in part two. Anyways, Zenitsu. Serious Zenitsu. So, oh, bro. Man,
you never thought you would see Zenitsu like this, huh?
I never thought I'd see Zenitsu like this. On top of it, the story and the backstory we get in regards to this fight. So we see Zenitsu go up against one of his old one of his old.
Camera froze.
Your camera froze.
Ugh,
One of his old, I guess, people he was in a dojo with, and that's Kaigaku, voice acted by none other than Alejandro Sabib, aka Kagi Films.
so Alejandro, some of you ever watching this video? I'm sorry, you're my friend here.
Yes, I'm sorry. Um, but aka Kagi Films. We love Kagi. I love when Kagi voice acts anime.
AKA Sayu.
I still call him Kagi.
Yeah, but he goes by Sayu nowadays. He's a
I know,
VTuber now.
I know. Anton.
Yeah, so Sino from Genshin.
So, which I was like, oh, he's this dude. So basically, we get the back. One, they are very hostile to each other. I'm like, bro, how do you know this guy? And why are you so hostile towards each other? Because Zenitsu is like, why? Why did you do this? Why did you become a demon? And obviously Kaigaku's like, look, man, I ain't nothing. I don't need to talk to you. You're just a weakling. Show me what you got. Do you still got that lightning breathing form one technique that you got? Well, I got all these other
First,
forms.
yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. Zenitsu only knows the first form, while he learns everything else but the first form. Interesting plot point, which we find out later on that apparently back in the day he learned all these forms except for the first one, which made him, I guess, made people think he was just a weakling, an arrogant weakling.
Yeah, so we get their backstory, right? So they were
Hmm.
training in the same dojo. They had this master that they called Gramps, right? Now Zenitsu's pissed off at this dude and some like, why did you do this? Why did you abandon Gramps? Because you have it where Kaigaku's like, I don't give a fuck about the old man anymore. Who the hell cares? I don't. He's talking about like, I don't give a shit. I'm stronger now. I don't care about the old man. I dropped my silly attachments, right? Um, and he basically talks about we get the backstory. So they were training in the same dojo. Again, friend made the mention. Zenitsu, he only knew form one. Dude knew every other form. But the thing is, basically, their Gramps, essentially, or their master, he essentially wanted both of them to run the dojo for the future, right? Because they both even each other out. He gets since excuse me, since Zenitsu only knows form one, and dude knows all the other forms, right? Of lightning breathing. Um, he thought that would be good, but dude felt that as disrespect because he's like, why this guy only know this one form, but I know damn near everything, and you're not selecting me to be the successor. Like, what the fuck is up with that, bro? And you get this backstory where these dudes were shit talking Kagaku. Zenitsu heard this, and he tried to pick a fight with these guys, but this dude got beat up. He ends up running into Kagaku, and he's like, "See, you're fucking weak. Get the." He basically saying like, "Why are you doing what you're doing?" And we find out like, no, he's always hated Zenitsu.
Mhm.
Um, and even Zenitsu does make the mention like, I didn't like you either, but I still had respect for you, right? Um, so it then leads to a scene to where Kagaku was confronted by none other than Upper One and his ugly looking self. That I hope is not Tanjiro's father, but
Either he's either Tanjiro's father or Tanjiro's relative.
something. They got the same hair color.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming is one of Tanjiro's ancestors of some sort.
And basically he's like, listen, I need you to drink the blood of my master and you can become a demon and get stronger. And dude, you know how threatening this guy is? This
He's
dude
up.
said,
He is upper one.
this dude said, if you drop even one single lick of that blood, I will kill you instantly right here. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I would be like, yes, sir.
Then, well,
Well,
throughout the time,
personally, if it was me, I ain't drinking no demon blood. I'd be like, well, then fucking kill my ass. Put me out of my misery, damn it.
don't do this to me, man.
So, I'm so sorry. Hold on, I had to change my video ratio because I was kind of lagging a bit. Um, anyways, um, so because of this, he drinks the blood of Muzan, right? And this is how he ends up becoming upper six. He's upper six. So this is when him and Zenitsu start scrapping, and their fight was, oh my goodness, their fight was crazy.
Hmm.
So you have it, they're scrapping, and instantly Zenitsu gets the upper hand on dude to the point he's like, the fuck? How? I didn't think he was this fast. And Zenitsu, obviously played by Alex Lee, who does a phenomenal job. Right? Um, he's like, listen, you need to stop this. And also, we find out that because of this, the letter that was sent to Zenitsu is the master committed seppuku, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, he died very painfully because of this guy.
And that's what has Zenitsu pissed off, saying, like, we could have been there to honor his death. And dude is over here talking about, I don't give a fuck. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
That, it was still a heartbreaking moment. Obviously, we'll get to the main heartbreaking moment. After that would be the Shinobu death, and then it would probably be this, but they're all heartbreaking moments, right? So they start scrapping, right? Zenitsu, we only see him use his lightning breathing stage one form, right? But this dude is pulling out all these different forms of attack to the point like he throws this out this one a lightning breathing attack where it's like, yeah, every time you get hit, you're gonna feel all this pain, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I'm just like, oh fuck. And then he unleashed this blue lightning, and I'm just like, oh my God. He
Yeah.
then throws Zenitsu down where it looks like he's gonna, fall to his death or something. But then Zenitsu remembers, he recovers, and he unleashes Lightning Breathing Stage 7.
Yeah, seventh form. Yeah, so yeah, That was that I'm pretty sure that shocked a lot of people. Cause yeah, you would think that that the old man taught him that, but no, he learned that all by himself, and he chopped off his head.
Just like that, bro.
It's quick as lightning, as they
And
say.
dude is like, how did he do that? How did he do that? But see, the thing is because at this point, Zenitsu passes out because he's just exhausted from their fight, right? And he's like,
Mhm.
even though I may have lost to get my head cut out, he's gonna die to his death.
Nope.
Nope. Other demon boy, I forgot his name. He shows up to save him,
Mhm.
which I found that quite funny because he's like, motherfucker. He didn't actually say that, but that was kind of his reaction.
Yeah, in Cameron's terms, that's what he says.
So clearly, even in death, this dude was still pissed off that he lost, and
Mhm.
Zenitsu didn't die. I'll just say this. Outside of Kagi's voice, which Kagi, when he always plays a villain role, he does a good job as a villain.
Yep.
Um, as for Upper Six, honestly, I'm happy that he's dead.
I mean, he is pretty despicable. Then he's also connected to with what's his face? The Stone Hashira's backstory.
Yeah,
He's the reason why all those kids died to the demon. So
yeah. So, fuck him. I'm glad he's dead. I hope I don't ever see him again. I hope I don't ever see his ass again.
you
So that's
won't. He's ashes.
yeah, he's ashes, right? Now I need Doma to die.
Yeah, after what he did.
Bro, I still can't get over that shit. That snap, bro. Oh my God. I still vividly remember hearing that snap.
Hmm.
Fuck, man, they took Chernobyl away. Shit. Oh man. Anyways, I had to get over that shit. I had to get over that shit.
It's not easy. It's not easy to get over. That's for sure.
Rest in peace, Chernobyl, man. Fuck, she was thick too.
Why do you have to? Okay, I'm not even gonna question it at this point.
I'm sorry, bro. You know
Why do you ruin moments like with your gooner energy?
it's not like you were not gooning over when Himeno died in Chainsaw Man.
I don't. It's not like I was gooning for her while she was dying.
I know. All right. Now let's get to the last fight and the climax of the movie, the final fight of the movie. Now, there were many times in this fight, bro, with Giyu and Tanjiro versus Akuza, bro. I legitimately thought the movie. There was this one part at the I think near the start of the fight. It had a white screen. I thought the movie was fucking over. And they're gonna start rolling the fucking credits. I was about to like, no, stop these motherfuckers are doing that. I legitimately thought they were gonna do that. I legitimately thought they did that moment when I saw a white screen pop up, and I'm like, oh, don't tell me that's the end of the movie, bro. And we're getting to
Really?
the good shit. Luckily, it wasn't, bro. I was about to start flipping. I'm about to say, this is the worst fucking Demon Slayer movie. I wasted all this money to go in here and do all this dumb shit, and I don't even get the fight that I wanted to see.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
Luckily, this was the longest fight that damn near made this movie feel like a 3 hour movie, bro. So, anyways, we cut back. I don't know what my boy's doing over here.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. I'm charging my tablet. It's low battery right now.
Anyways, we did cut back to the crows, and the crows can actually pick up on the where the upper rank demons are at. Also, too, the crows also give updates with what's going on the battlefield. So Giyu and Tanjiro, they do hear the crows saying, breaking news, Shinobu Kocho has died." And they
Yeah,
were both broken by this shit.
it was a shock to them both.
Now, we didn't get cuts to any of the other Hashiras. I'm finding out this revelation, which was quite interesting because when we found out when the crows go went around saying like, "Oh, Tanjiro and Giyu beat Upper Three." Everybody was like heard this shit. So I would have really loved to hear see the reaction of the other characters when they revealed that Shinobu died. Um, I, I would have been appreciated to hear this because, like, especially maybe even hear Kanroji because we know Kanroji was close, with Shinobu. But maybe they just didn't feel like it was warranted to do it. I don't know, but
I'm
I
sure they,
kind
I'm
of
sure
wish.
they, I'm sure they had a reaction, just not.
But clearly, and we do see Tandro. He does get emotional about this because he's like, I actually had a connection with her, and she actually did so much for me. Um, so he's like, these dudes are gonna pay. That's when I thought I'm like, oh, maybe they may show up to help her Kano out with Doma. No, that's not exactly what we got. And honestly, I'm glad that didn't happen because we got a way better fight than I think they would have went up against Doma. And that is the return of Akuza.
Yeah. Then again, we wouldn't have found that we wouldn't have known how the fight would have turned out if they did go to Doma.
Dude, when I tell you, bro, this fight single-handedly made this movie 100 out of 100, bro. Like, this movie was already 10 out of 10, right? This fight made this movie 100 out of 100.
Hmm.
Look, man, I've seen some fucking anime fights, some goated anime fights, bro. Oh my God, bro.
But this,
I I'm I don't know. Look, I already said in the non-spoiler review. This fight is the best fight in Demon Slayer, hands down.
yeah, it was.
And I don't give a fuck, bro. This might be a hot take. Fuck it. This fight might be the best fight in anime fucking history.
Okay, let's not go that far.
That's why I said hot take.
Yeah, hot take.
Now, in my opinion, out of all anime fights I've seen, this might be my favorite. I don't see anything that can top this shit. I was just blown away.
Me too.
Oh my fucking God. Bro, obviously, Tanjiro wants to get revenge on Akiza for killing our boy, Tasty Rengoku. I had to put that in.
Tasty ring. Okay, that sounds really weird out of context.
Now, mind you guys, I did not watch the first Demon Slayer movie, Mugen Train, in theaters because at that time I didn't watch Demon Slayer. My boy did,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't watch it in theaters either. I actually waited until it's on Crunchyroll to watch it.
which is gonna be interesting when this movie comes out on Crunchyroll.
Hmm.
Hopefully, they put it out soon because that's Crunchyroll's problem. They never put these movies out after they're done. They wait like months. Anyways, in this fight, you just have it to where Tanjiro and Gyu are working together to try to take down Akuza. So you have moments where
It's pronounced Akaza, not Akuza.
Akaza, is that better?
Yes, that's better.
Now you have it to where Tanjiro, or one, Akaza, is getting these moments where he damn near, this dude was out for blood on Tanjiro, bro. He was trying to kill him in one hit, one kill.
Hmm.
Like, my God. I'm just like, oh. And the crazy part is, Guy was coming in, saving him in the nick of time. There were times where this man had his freaking hand right near this man's face, his freaking abs. Dude, he was going for straight murder. And you could
Mm.
even have it later in the fight where Tanjiro's like, bro, if I did not, like, when he starts to realize his fight style, right? Like, Tanjiro remembers, like, yeah, I instinctively dodged. If I did not dodge, bro, you see the visual, bro. His entire torso will be cut in half.
Hmm.
That's another thing I forgot to mention in the non-spoiler section. This movie is gory.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
Now, it is rated R. It's a rated R film.
I think it's rated R because of the Shinobu scene.
Well, that and then shit. when it looked like they got when at the after the fight was over, when Duke used all of his attacks on himself, you literally saw the bones and the ribs from this guy, bro. And I think that's another reason why they did made this a movie as opposed to an anime, because in an anime they would have to censor that. Most definitely, they would have to censor that. In a movie, you can say, no, we're making this shit rated R, so we're showing the gore.
Hmm.
So honestly, I applaud this movie being a rated R movie, not PG-13. Because they could have made this movie PG-13. They said, no, we are not holding back. This is rated R. Which, isn't this one of your first rated R movies you've watched in theaters?
Not my no, not even close. Just others that I watched, obviously.
Which, it still baffles me why Five Nights at Freddy's is not just rated R movie, it's PG-13. Oh, that's right, the kiddies. We need to get the kiddies to bring their Freddy plushies. They need to make a Five Nights at Freddy rated R movie, damn it. Fuck the kids. They want to go see Freddie Freeman, Freddie Fazbear kill somebody. I want to see Freddie Fazbear bite somebody's head off.
Mm, I guess.
Jesus. We got to think about the kids because they like Freddie Fazbear. Anyways, um, this fight was crazy. I don't even think I can talk about the justice that this fight does, bro. Like, this is the type of fight where, honestly, it's worth going to the movie again just to see this fight.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I would drop another 20 bucks, albeit my ticket came in for free technically, right? Um, I would spend another 20 bucks to go to the movie theater to get through the Shinobu fight, get through the Zenitsu fight, just to see this fight again, bro. And I don't think that's a hot take.
Mhm.
Anyways, you see the fight between Tanjiro and Giyu versus uh, uh say it again.
I forgot his name also, what the
Akuza,
Akaza.
um,
Akaza.
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 Um, and you have it to where in this fight, not only every time they cut him up, he's instantly regenerating his lost limbs, bro. Like he's instantly regenerating this crap. On top of it, they're also you can have like one of them fighting this dude in like close quarters. Another dude comes in, whether it's Tanjiro or Giyu comes in. This dude's already blocking their attacks, right? So we have it to where we see he sets up this ability, right? This field, and he actually can sense their key, right? Their presence, right? And you do get a kind of a flashback to when Tanjiro is trying to be revealed about all this, right? And Nosuke kind of gave him the a breakdown of like, oh yeah, I can feel when you want to attack me and things like that, and especially with killing intent. Which then leads into kind of a flashback of Tanjiro and his father. What was revealed in this backstory with his father?
That he can he basically can kill things without getting off like a killing attempt. Uh, we literally just see the part where Tanjiro's father brought him out
I don't mean to
to see
pause
a
you
bear.
there, but you're kind of sounding a little. Your voice is sounding like glitchy and shit.
How about now?
Like no, it's like I hear your voice. It's like echoing.
Is it still coming off weird?
Okay, start talking again. I think you sound better.
Okay. Tanjiro's father uh took Tanjiro out to like to show him something to and they walk up to a bear. Yeah, Cameron's animal. Uh, Tanjiro's father goes like, "I understand you're hungry, but I can't let you trespass. But if you insist, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut you down." And this is when the bear suddenly gets all aggressive, and in a split second, we see Tanjiro's father use the axe to literally chop the bear's head clean off. I'm like, wow. Uh, I take it here.
Yeah, so basically he essentially got the understanding of like how to hide his presence. And that's what he does in this fight. He hides his presence. And Akuza can't even sense his presence, bro. Like at all.
Mm.
He's like, what the fuck? Like what? Because Tundra starts attacking him. He's like, where did he come from? What the hell is going on here? And then their fight goes crazy. And then he actually cuts this dude's head clear off. And I'm like, holy shit, he did it. They beat him. Oh my God.
Little do we know, it's only the beginning.
Yeah, that voice issue where it sounds like I'm hearing two of your voices. I don't know if it's because you're charging your thing. You want me to pause it? Hold on, guys.
Wait, can you hear me?
Okay. All right, sorry for that. We had technical difficulties there. So yes, you're having this crazy fight happen. And the thing is, Tanjiro's presence goes away. He can't sense it. He gets his head cut off, right? And I'm like, yes, we did it. We saved the day. We did it. We beat Akaza.
We see Akaza's head about to fly off, but he makes a quick grab for his own head and tries to reattach it, only to fail. He loses his head, and his you know
Yeah.
his body falls. So yeah, you would think that they would beat Akaza right there. Nope. He starts moving without his head.
Bro, I saw this shit. I'm like, ain't no fucking way, bruh. Ain't no way this is happening. And it looks like he's going to dish out an attack until somebody tells him stop. And this is when we get into the part of the backstory that my boy, oh my goodness,
I
I don't think I've ever seen you cry like that in a long time, bro, if not ever.
I don't I think one time in Demon Slayer I cried like this when I thought Nezuko died in the sun. You weren't there to witness it, obviously, because I was watching it on my own time. But
Yeah.
I don't. No, I don't think. Even then, I don't think I bawled out that much compared to what I just saw here in this movie.
You want to
Akaza,
take the honors?
yeah, Akaza has one of the more complicated backstories ever. Because we start off with him. We see him, thieving and constantly getting captured and beaten for it. And the only reason why he's doing all this is to treat his father, because he's born into a poor family, and he was struggling. He was struggling to make a living, and that one last time when those people like beating him, start calling him a demon child for constantly doing it, and we find out that he gets those tattoos for every time he gets he does a crime. And he's honestly embracing it, like, call me a demon child if you want. I don't give a damn. And they let him go eventually, and this is when he catches the news of his father's death. He hung himself. And the last words they heard from his father was, I hope you have, like, it's not too late to, have a normal life. And this Akaza is, struggling, and after that he starts beating the hell out of people, out of the rich people, I guess. And until he meets what's his name again? His master?
Yeah, I forgot his name. His master. Yeah, his martial arts master.
Hmm. Yes, the guy who beat him to a pulp for a bit and to, clean him, purify him basically. Reshaped him. And this is when, he basically took him in as a student and then introduced him to his daughter. And yeah, this we see that his daughter is sickly, she's been bedridden for a while. And we also find out that her mother, she basically like drowned herself due to, so much, exhaustion from it. Like she apparently she can't stand to see her daughter die. And yeah, Akaza is basically there to, not just train, but to take care of her. And yeah, and while he's, taking care of her and stuff, she keeps apologizing to him, like, I'm sorry for being such a burden and stuff. And because I was like, why do you keep apologizing? It's no, this isn't your choice, And yeah, right there he gets it. Like, no, nobody chooses this kind of fate. Nobody chooses to be sick. It just happens to her. So he feels she has no reason to apologize. And during his training with his master, he finally landed a blow, and they he starts growing, and some time passed, and he grew up a bit, and so did she, and she's no longer like as bedridden anymore. And his master asked him, can you take over the dojo for me? And this is when he realizes that he finds a place where he belongs, and he accepted it, and not only that, he plans on getting married with it's yeah, it's a little nice thing for him. And little does he know, a terrible fate will befell upon them. He went to go, visit his father's grave and tell him, I'm getting married and all that stuff. And after he finishes talking to his father, well, he gets bad news about what happened, and his master and his fiance, they drink poisoned water. Some some twisted people poisoned their water, and yeah,
Yeah, the rival dojo of this dojo because they poisoned the water because they were upset that they couldn't beat dude.
yeah. Oh my God. Low battery. Beer back, guys. Pause the video, pause the video.
Hey, back. Continue what you were gonna say.
Yeah, and this is when Akaza, he's enraged, and you're like, why am I never there when things happen? Why am I not ever there to protect them and stuff? And this is when he starts walking in head first into like the rival dojo. He starts pummeling the hell out of all of them brutally, and I think it's justified there, in my opinion. And yeah, eventually they, like, like the authorities caught wind of this, and they start hunting him down. And as he's walking alone, he runs into Muzan, and Muzan goes like, I heard word of a demon causing a ruckus, but I wasn't expecting a human. How disappointing. And just when Akaza goes like, I don't give a damn, out of the way. And he was about to punch Muzan, but Muzan was just moving too fast, and he shoved his hand into Akaza's face and starts offering Akaza's his blood. And this is when Akaza becomes a full-on demon, forgetting about his human origins and, just wanting to get stronger.
Yeah. So then, talk about the backstory of the fireworks scene.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the fireworks thing, yeah, yeah,
This is the part when my boy started like bawling his eyes out.
yeah, this is when, he finally, they were taking a walk, and this is when he starts making promises to her, and promises that he failed to keep because, they couldn't, he was never there, he was not there for them when they needed him the most. And the main promise of all is like, I promise to protect you and love you for the rest of my life. And yeah, they were planning to get married and all, and unfortunately for Akaza, that happened. And yeah,
Yeah, because in
yeah,
the scene, she talked about how she remembered how when she was sick, he said that he would take her to see the fireworks, and he would take her to see it year after year, even if he has to carry her on his back. And she really appreciated that, and she said, it just made me feel really happy that you wanted me to do that. And you get this nice moment, and essentially you get this proposal where she basically says, "Will you marry me?" And he obviously says yes. And then you get that whole thing, and it's like that tragic backstory of what this man went through. He had a family with his father who he took care of, lost his father because of the shit that he got himself into, found himself a new family, and he found himself somebody that not only he saw as a new fatherly figure, but somebody he genuinely fell in love with and wanted to protect, no matter the cost. And to find out, like, he just went away just to go tell his father at his graveside, like, hey, I'm okay, Dad. I'm doing good. You don't have to worry about me and stuff like that. And he comes back to find out, like, these people poison the water and who knows, and he probably blames himself like he was never there. If he was there, maybe that doesn't happen, right? Um it was pretty, I know for me, I'm like at first I was thinking like, oh shit, a demon must have attacked, right? And that's probably how he comes across Muzan. It was actually kind of shocking that it was just a rival dojo thing, and after he took out those dudes, he ended up running into Muzan, and at that point, we even say he's like, I don't care anymore. Just do what you got to do, because he's lost everything. Now, in this whole fight, thing, he talks about how Tanjiro remembers him of his old master, right?
reminds him.
Yeah, reminds him of his old master, and essentially, he's having this inner fighting within himself of like, should he keep doing what he needs to do, but should he stop because he sees basically, I guess you can say the presence of his fiance saying like, you need to stop, it's okay, I'm back, or and everything. And he's also afraid because he knows he's done all these crazy things, and he knows like the shit that I've done, I'm not gonna see them again after once I go to the afterlife. I'm gonna go straight to hell while they are probably in heaven, right? Um, and
Yeah,
he, and he feels like he is not going to see them again ever. But you get that moment to when he realizes he's like, Screw it, I don't care." He has this moment to where he sees he beats himself up. He uses his own attack. Tanjiro's like, "Oh crap, this is the same attack that killed Rengoku." But he uses it on himself, and he even gives Tanjiro a smile about this. This was when the gory scene happened where you see all of his bones and everything and stuff like that. It was really gory. He walks over to like the sunlight, and again, this is a part where my boy, man, he saw this scene, bro. I didn't even have to look. I just handed him the freaking tissue, and he just broke down. And
Yeah.
he,
This is when Akaza is like, stop regenerating. Let me go to hell and not with honor. And
uh,
this is when, he starts seeing his master, his father, even the love of his life. Muzan is trying to, mess with his mind again, obviously, but obviously she pulled him back and back. Yeah, and this is when get an emotional scene of him hugging her, like, I'm sorry, I wasn't there to protect you when you needed me the most. And this is when, he went out with dignity.
yeah, she basically told him like it's okay, you're home now, and they had a nice embrace. My man over here was fuck, bro. You were going through all the emotions, bro.
Hands down, Akaza's my favorite demon. Hands down. Especially after that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was going through it. I could hear him. I heard the sniffling. I heard him wiping his face with the you were going through it, man. I don't think I've ever seen you get this emotional over an anime, and that's not a bad thing. You were
That's because I prefer not to show it to people, man.
you let it all out, and I respect that. If you
Yeah.
cried, I respect it. It's something I can see people crying over. That was definitely that's probably the most emotional moment in all of Demon Slayer.
Hmm.
And it's Akaza's backstory, top 10 backstory anime period.
Hands down.
Um, and shit like that. He basically vanishes away and turns into dust, and he is one. Giyu and Tanjiro, they I honestly thought in this fight, I'm like, dude, is Giyu gonna fucking die? Nope. They're both alive still. They just passed the fuck out because this fight exhausted and took everything they got to even beat this dude. And
Hmm.
even then, he still got back up, and even he was regenerating his head. Like it was getting to the point. I'm like, damn, man, it's crazy. But he realized, no, I lost fair and square. It's okay. I need to go back and return to my family, right? Uh,
Hmm.
so you have it to where you then cut over to Upper One, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Upper
Yeah.
One. Listen, man. This man, I don't think we've seen this dude pissed off one bit in this fucking story. We covered this guy, and he's like, oh, he's like, why did you do what you did,
Have
Akaza?
you have you lost all your conviction? Have you lost the reason why you've been fighting all this time? You're weak, Akaza.
And he's standing in like this room with pillars. He cuts all these pillars down
Yeah.
just like that, bro. And I'm
Yeah,
just,
even Doma's and like, huh, wonder what happened to Lord Akaza.
yeah, bruh. Upper One basically is like, that's it. They're all fucking dying tonight. He sounds like he's now in this I don't give a fuck range anymore. He was pissed. Dude, I don't know what the hell is up with Upper One, bro, but whoever he fights, I'm sorry, man. They're instant death right there.
I think they're dead.
Uh, yeah, I really hope that Kanroji and dude don't come across her, because if I see them come across him, I'm just gonna be like, respectfully, they're dead. They're dying, bro. I hope not. But whoever he comes across in the next movie, because it looks like in the next movie, this is when he's gonna start making his attack, right? And whoever he goes up against in the next movie, bro, I'm not even giving them a chance. It's just death. I already know. Oh, they're dying, and I don't care. It was kind of obvious for Shinobu in this movie, but it's really gonna be obvious in the next movie whenever whoever we see go up against Upper One. Because when this man said, I can't believe you really forsake your convictions. You always talked about how you wanted to kill me and how strong you wanted to get. And now you let your feelings get in the way? Oh, fuck that, bro. I'm not about that life. So it also sounds like he also has memories of his past and he forsake his memories and he doesn't give a fuck no more. He sees as other things as weak. So it's gonna be interesting to see his backstory, especially the fact that it potentially could be Tanjiro's father.
I say he's just Tanjiro's relative.
I'm still gonna live by the thing that's Tanjiro's dad, but we'll see. We'll see. We could either be right. But yeah, I don't know if Giyu and Tanjiro are gonna have a role to play in the next movie. Honestly, hot take. I say don't give them a part. I say the cliffhanger in part two, they're just getting their bearings, they're getting back up after
Hmm.
all the shit went crazy. And the crows tell them, hey, this is what's been happening while you guys been knocked out. So and so's dead, this person's dead. Oh, and Muzan's returned. I feel like that definitely could be the cliffhanger after in part two. I think part two is gonna be kind of like Emperor or gonna be like Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Muzan's forces are gonna get their bearings. Um, I do believe that upper four and upper two Doma are going to get killed, but then that's when upper one's gonna come in and he's gonna take
Massacring
he's gonna start
everybody.
probably taking out some dudes that respectfully I think they may die.
Oh.
Um, I think the people that potentially could be next on the potential death list, it might honestly, I think I'm kind of leaning towards Guillaume and Muchiro.
Hmm.
I have a strange feeling they may come across upper one, bro.
Yeah.
I have a strange feeling, and if that happens, I think that's gonna happen. The reason why, dude, definitely Guillaume, he definitely gives me Death Flag vibes with what we've seen, especially the fact that he was kind of the leader in this plan. And then Muchiro in season three, dude almost died.
Now that we're on this topic, I wanted to ask you, if Rengoku was still alive, would he have turned the tides of the battle if he joined in?
He may have helped, but then that would have only made it to where I still see him in the same position, a death flag. And
Hmm.
I think if he was still here in this arc, he definitely would have died in this arc.
Hmm.
Because right now, with the fact that they killed Shinobu off, because albeit Shinobu didn't do big things in the grand scheme of things in the series, outside of like certain stuff, right? But she was still a fairly fan favorite character, right? And they
Hmm.
killed her off. And if we're going to go at this time in the manga when the manga came out, I bet that was a shocking revelation that they actually did kill her off. So after I saw that shit, I'm like, realistically, anybody. But honestly, you even go back to Mugen Train when Rengoku died, and that was his first introduction into the series, right?
Hmm.
Or his first true introduction into the series. When he died, that basically raised the awareness of like, okay, so these Hashiras, we could be introduced to some of these Hashiras, and they can fucking die. Like
Hmm.
you go to Tengen's arc, right? He almost died. He just barely got out of there alive, and all he lost was an arm. And I
Hmm.
remember watching that, and I'm like, oh shit, they're actually gonna do back-to-back Hashira kills, and they didn't. Shit, season three, Muchiro and Kanroji, they almost died against the upper rank demons that they went up against. And I think this one, we're gonna see like multiple Hashira deaths. Like, for all we know, by the time of the end of the series, we get out certain characters like Tanjiro and Zenitsu. They replace characters. Kano, right? They replace like them as the new Hashiras.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We will see where it goes. But at this point, after seeing this movie, everybody's on death flag alert, and shit, you can even make the fucking case that even Tanjiro potentially could be on death flag alert too.
It would not be
Which
the
would
first.
be a crazy plot twist if they killed the main character of the show.
It would not be the first anime that would kill off a protagonist. It would not be the first.
Because if they do that, regardless, we know Tanjiro's whole goal is to make sure that Nezuko is safe and is back to being a human, and then his job is to defeat Muzan for turning her into a demon. So if he goes out without Muzan and he goes down and he takes and he goes down with him, it would honestly wrap up his character. Yes, we won't get the happy ending, and his sister would probably be heartbroken. But it would go to show you that this man, he sacrificed everything for his sister to live, even if it had to be at the cost of his life. If it's to take down the one guy that desperately wants his sister and did this to his sister. So, for all we know, Tanjiro could be on death flag alert too. Like
Mm.
shit, look at this movie. There was instances where if Gyu didn't get involved, dude, Tanjiro is dead, bro. And it isn't until Tanjiro did basically essentially fucking Ultra Instinct, right? Just attacking without not just thinking about an attack. He just did his fucking attack, right? Because that's what he essentially did. Like, if not for that, he would have died in this fight. They would have lost to Akaza if not for Tanjiro, like, kind of shutting his brain off and just be like, all right, I'm just going to attack based off instinct,
Ultra Instinct.
right? And that's why Akaza didn't feel his presence. He was just attacking on pure instinct without not even thinking, right? So, which is a shit that we hope Goku eventually can master.
Yeah, he goes off of people's fighting spirit, and Tanjiro turned it off. He turned off his own fighting spirit.
So, regardless, we're gonna get out of here. It's 11:06. I know my boys got to probably go to sleep so he can get ready for work. But
Yeah, I have work tomorrow. Yeah.
um, look, man, excuse me. This movie was amazing, bro. From beginning to end, this movie was amazing. The fights were all bangers, especially that Tanjiro and Giyu versus Akaza fight. And then again, the emotional strings of, Shinobu and her older sister with and then you add in the Shinobu death and Kano, seeing that, the Zenitsu stuff, and then obviously the Akaza backstory, bro. Like, I don't know if anybody else in our theater was legitimately crying.
I did hear people like Loki crying.
I think the people behind us were like crying too.
Yeah.
Um, Again, like, look, man, if you're watching this anime series, whether it's a show or a movie, and it gets you to the point of fucking bawling your eyes out, that's when you know you made a peak fucking movie. Like when you get people in the theaters to fucking cry. I didn't cry during the backstory, but damn, I was just like, fuck. But this was a great movie, and what a phenomenal start to try to be on the way to conclude this show. Like,
Mhm.
honestly, again, like I said, like I was kind of disappointed that this was gonna be like a three-part movie type of thing. But honestly, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck no more. I'm actually kind of glad they didn't do this in the anime because I think we were talking, when we were leaving the theater. I think that freaking backstory with Akaza that might have been like damn near 2, 3 episodes
Yeah.
worth of anime content because that backstory was long. That was like a good 20, 30 minute long backstory. They focused heavily on that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That was a very much in-depth backstory about this man's character. They said no, we're gonna make the other said no, you're gonna like Akuza. And he might go down as your favorite character, if anything, in the show. I'm gonna give you this guy's backstory.
Well, they succeeded. They succeeded on that for me at least.
So, man, yeah, it's kind of like how some people feel about like Ulquiorra being a really good semi-antagonist, the main antagonist. You know, yeah, man. It was good. Props to the author, man. Props to the author. I'm very excited to see what happens in part two. My predictions again, I think we're gonna get two more Hashiras to get killed. I don't think Giyu or Tanjiro is gonna have any involvement in part two. I think they're just gonna be knocked out for the remainder part of part two, and and the movie's gonna end with Muzan breaking out of the cocoon with his new devil-like form, right? Um, and that's when Tanjiro and Giyu they're gonna be all healed up again, and they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, "Wait, what the hell just happened?" And then the crow's gonna be like, "Yeah, we're kind of fucked."
Hmm.
And then in the third movie, it's clearly gonna be the final battle between, I would say, Upper One and Muzan, but we'll see where that goes. But we have to wait to 2027 for part two.
Hmm.
That's another 2 years. So I'm 26. In 2 years, I'll be 28. By the third
Me,
movie, dude, we're gonna be 30.
potentially, I'll be 29.
But by the third movie, where I'm going, my boy will be 31. I'll probably be 30. I don't know if we're
And
gonna be still doing this recording YouTube shit, but good God, we may be taking our fucking kids to see this shit.
Jose is right. I am getting old.
My God, bro. I'm just thinking about that now. I'm like, fuck, the last movie's gonna be coming out in 2029 potentially. I'm gonna be damn near 30 still watching anime. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, enough of that. I gotta go hit the hay, guys.
All right, guys. Anyways, put in the comment section down below what's your thoughts on Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie part one. Please no spoilers for the future stuff when it comes to the series, especially for stuff we haven't seen yet. Please, we're on anime onlys. I do not want to come across comments that says, "Oh, well, this shit is gonna happen, and this shit is gonna happen." If you do that, bro, I swear to God, you might have to be banned from the channel.
I don't think that's gonna stop them from watching your videos, though.
Anyways, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Demon Slayer content. As well as any other anime content we upload to the channel. Hit the subscription button to my co-host channel. I'll leave in the link description below
Mhm.
to his channel and stuff like that, so you can go support him. But other than that, when it comes to Demon Slayer, I guess we'll see you guys in 2 years. Till then, guys, we will see you till 2027. Peace.